And now it's time for another Board Game Brawl unboxing with Nick Minahan, sponsored by BoardGameBliss.com. Alright folks, we're going to do a quick unboxing of the newly revitalized Warhammer Quest, this version called the Silver Tower, from, of course, Games Workshop. We're doing something a little bit different with our unboxings now. I'm just jumping right into the unboxing. We're skipping the intro and going right into it. I will preface this by saying that I have never played Warhammer Quest. Da-da-da! Dun-dun-dun! Nobody expects that. Well, maybe everyone did expect it. But that's just because it's before my time. I didn't feel like, I heard a lot about it and people who enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like tracking down my own, several $100 old copy of it since it's way, way, way out of print. And by the time I started getting hardcore into board games, Games Workshop had already been making some rumblings that they would be reprinting or at least reimagining some of these older games. So I'm glad my patience hopefully paid off. But I have no preconceived expectations other than I kind of sort of like dungeon crawlers. I like cooperative games and I like fantasy games. So we'll see where that takes us. Now, before we get to the actual game itself, the friendly local Games Workshop store, it's an actual official Games Workshop store that I pick up my pre-orders from. If you're ever in the West Palm Beach area, the Garden Lake Plaza, I think is where specifically it is. Very, very nice guy who runs the store named Joe. Very, very cool store just to look around. Very, very welcoming and friendly. I just want to give him a shout out. He gave me some cool swag to go along with it. These actually are extra bases that Games Workshop threw in because it was missing some bases. I guess it's kind of a common thing. Here's a pin of one of the characters. If I can open this easily, I'll show you that too. Why not? All right. There we go. That's the pin of the elf character. I really didn't have a preference because I don't use pins, but there you go. This is celebrating the fact that soon, or maybe I think it's next weekend, they'll be celebrating the opening of their 100th store, which is pretty impressive. Could you imagine that there's 100 Games Workshop stores in the United States? I wouldn't have thought that, seriously. More than one per state. Pretty interesting. Okay, here's just a little advertisement. I guess that's a little art print or something, just of the main cover, which is pretty impressive. I mean, it's good art. So these are the promo things. Now, I don't know if this is all of them. There were many promos, apparently, for this game. So I'm not sure that I have them all. And they all use the same miniatures. They're just different character sheets, essentially. And some of these, I think, are just foil versions of the ones that are already in the box. I don't know the details, so someone can correct me down in the comments. That's perfectly fine. This is really interesting paper stock. It's not like a heavy card stock. It's more like an 80-pound stock. This is where I get to be a total freaking printing nerd. But those just look like they're foil versions of the regular cards. But then there are supposed to be some extra ones, too. I don't know how totally accurate any of that is. I think there's also some other promos I don't have, but from what I understand, they're not like do or die essential. So I wouldn't worry too much about them if whatever copy you potentially get doesn't have them either. But let's go ahead and do this. Here's the front of the box. Let's take this shrink wrap off before we show the back because it is way distracting with the glare. I am well aware of this. Okay, I have no fingernails right now, so all this stuff is kind of hard. Not that I have no fingernails, but I trim them. I always trim them down to like the nubs. Okay, so that's that. Let's put that into my pocket so it's not my dog doesn't get it. Alright, so let's look at the back of the box first. Cool. I mean, when I saw these pictures online, I was pretty damn excited. I was disappointed in Assassinorum Execution Force, which came out like maybe 6 months ago from Games Workshop. But not because of the component quality, just because it wasn't a lot of replayability. But I'm hoping this one's better, and I'm hoping that the components look even better than Assassinorum, quite frankly. Even though I still hate those face mask helmets. I don't know. It makes them look evil. Like I see that, I'm like, oh, evil people wear those. Okay. I'm not going to have time to assemble these miniatures before I play it for the first time. I'm just going to proxy them in, but I will eventually. And it kind of sucks showing off sprues of miniatures. It doesn't really give you the whole taste of what it's going to be like. But hopefully if you're watching this, you know by now that Games Workshop for whatever faults you may have for them, and I don't defend any of their business practices necessarily, but they are really, really good when it comes to the quality of their miniatures. I cannot stress that enough. Really, only Kingdom Death Monster has given them a run for their money, as far as I'm concerned, while others are close, like Privateer Press, with their War Machine and Hordes models. Thankfully, this doesn't seem like as many miniatures. Although I'm sure some people are saying, no, regretfully, that doesn't seem like as many miniatures as the other games. And I might come to think that too, but I really just don't want to put together a ton of miniatures. Lots and lots of dice of different colors. They don't look like special dice, so I don't feel the need to take them out of the box or the bag. But they do love their tiny dice. This looks like that's the symbol of Tzeentch, right? Well, that's the whole point of this game. I think you're going through a tower that's like infected by the hordes of Tzeentch, if I'm not mistaken. So something like that. Let's see. These are just like different events, maybe. Items, artifacts. Cool, cool, cool. Let's open up this pack too. That's my phone going off. How unprofessional. Well, open up my teeth. Also unprofessional. You can dress them up, but you can't take them out. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. These are all different map cards or quests, maybe. Cool. Mysterious Vortex. Lots of those. So what's this last one? A Gryph-hound. It's like a pet. Whenever you set up the Excelsior or War Priest, set up the Gryph-hound as close to him as possible. I guess it's just a special thing that he gets. Neat. Cool. Dog. You get the dog, man. I like Griffins too. Guidebook. Read this first. No kidding. I thought I'd just ignore it completely. While I'm opening this, I suppose I'll keep this in focus. Also, opening with my teeth. Soothe me. These are especially cumbersome. So I'd like to not manhandle the book that much. I already did, though. Oh, that's right. There's an app. And the guy at the store reminded me of that, too. I'm going to have to check out the app. I don't know how essential it is, but they said it was really helpful. I will have to download that and check it out. Cool. Here's a guide. And also, by the way, in this regard at least, Games Workshop completely trumps Kingdom Death. I will admit that, because Kingdom Death didn't come with a miniatures guide. Other, like, noble souls decided to put it together. Okay. Guidebook. People were saying this game's not replayable, but damn, it looks like a lot of content, right? This is the adventure book. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about yet, but so far I'm excited. Neat. I can't wait until my miniatures don't look like that at all. Oh boy. Here's the regular character sheets. Yeah. Interesting that they have them individually UPC'd. I'm guessing because you can get replacements. Wonder what Games Workshop's customer service is like. People complain about their business practices on a macro level, like forcing people to take down their content, just not selling old things or putting things out of print. The whole Age of Sigmar thing. But no one really talks about, like, are they nice people if they screw up a game, or I don't know. I just don't have enough experience with them. But yeah, these look like the exact same. There's the elf from the button. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff that I had in that pack were obviously promos. That's cool. There is definitely new stuff in the stuff that the guy from the store gave me. Okay, and so we go to the board. This I might actually have time to punch out, hopefully. I mean, I'm going to have to, whether I like it or not, or else I'm just not playing it tonight. More bases. All their bases belong to us. Well, me, really. Okay. Can I get this open easily without using my teeth? Can I? Can it happen? No. That's a tip for you kids. Don't trim your nails right before you're about to do an unboxing. Okay. Okay. Here's the boards, free of their plastic shell. Does this have the... Now, the Assassinorum boards, it doesn't seem to have it. The Assassinorum boards were really cool because they had, like, almost 3D aspects to them. Like, they had indentations indicating the different rough spots in the room. I just thought that was very cool. Neat-looking terrain. Zinch. Woo! The Tower of Madness. So, yeah, people were saying this is a pale imitation of the original. I don't know, though. They might be right, but I wouldn't know. I can only judge this game based on itself, which ultimately is the best thing to do. Because this is the one that people are actually going to be able to get forever and ever, or at least for a limited time. But that's it. That's actually everything that comes in the box. It's a very expensive game, so hopefully this gives you some sort of insight as to if the components are very, very important to you. This gives you at least half of the information you need to make an improved buying decision. I will be doing a review, which will hopefully fill in some of the gaps as far as whether the gameplay is worth it, though, of course, you should never take just my word for it. There's a lot of people over in the UK have already had their copies for like a week or two, and also neighboring European countries, because Games Workshop is based out of the UK. We just got ours today, literally. But look at everyone's comments, look at everyone's reviews, look at what everyone says about it, and hopefully make the decision for yourself, because it's a lot of money. Not Kingdom Death money, but still, enough that you should be concerned. But I'm hoping it's fantastic, and I'm hoping to play it very, very, very soon. We'll see what happens. As usual, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for enduring my wackiness. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And make sure to check out our sponsor, Board Game Bliss, where you can find an amazing selection of games from around the world. BoardGameBliss.com. Thanks for your support.